Now, friends, family, and neighbors in Dayton, Kentucky are mourning the loss of a woman who had dementia. She was hit and killed by a train this morning. The Now's Paula Suro brings us details on what took place. Paula?
Well, Tanya, take a look at this. A memorial was set up for that woman you were just talking about. Police have identified her as 73-year-old Elsa Hall, and they tell me she was crossing on the right side of the train tracks as the train approached and struck her. Now, it's what police and a neighbor I spoke to, who actually tells me she knew Elsa, have called a very, very tragic accident.
I grew up in the third house from the corner. I lived there for 15 years, and I've lived here the remainder of my time.
Kendra Abrams has lived in this Dayton home feet away from the train tracks on 6th Street for 16 years. But she says that's 16 years too long. Do you plan on staying here forevermore?
Not after this. I have kids. Just too close to home.
Close to home because this morning she found out 73-year-old Elsa Hall, who had dementia, was struck here minutes after Kendra left her home.
I had just left and I seen the woman walking up the hill, and then it's just all over the news.
She said she knew Elsa and waved as she drove away, never thinking it would be the final goodbye.
She was always kind. Hello, how are you? Anytime she's seen you.
She did wander off, and she wasn't, nobody called or nobody contacted, and she was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Dayton Police Chief David Halfhill says the police department has worked closely with Elsa several times in the past, including yesterday.
We followed her back home because she does wander from home, and she's come into the police department. We've talked to her before. Family is aware. We try to give the family some help.
Chief Halfhill says the CSX train was moving slowly, about 20 miles per hour, but wasn't slow enough to hit the brake in time.
We're thinking the lights and the loud horns and the dinging of the railroad guardrails kind of confused her a little bit, because they said she was rocking back and forth and she wasn't able to get out of the way, and she was struck and killed.
Keep your family close. Check on your people. It's pretty much all you can really do.
Chief Halfhill also tells me that the last time a tragic, fatal train accident happened here was about 8 to 10 years ago. Says this doesn't happen often, but coming up on 9 on your side at 5, what you should do if you encounter someone with dementia wandering around. I speak to Chief Halfhill once again, but also the Alzheimer's Association. For the Now Cincinnati, I'm Paula Suro.
All right, Paula, thanks so much.